Umsning MLA Dr. Celestine Lingdo at the general discussion of the budget session on 27th March 2023 had placed before the House the various issues pertaining to the remarks made by central government leaders on Meghalaya being the most corrupted state in the country.
One is the loan repayment is almost touching about 1,000 crores. So this is really a burden to the state. And in the pension provisions, in the last year's budget speech, the provision was 1,469 crore, but in this year's provision is 1,794 crores, a jump of 22%. So my query here is, why suddenly the jump of 22%? Is there a massive retirement group that is going to happen this year? That could be the reason, or something else. And in page number 30, the Chief Minister would like to start a Chief Minister's affordable drug centers. That is what he has mentioned. But here I would like to also bring to the attention of the House, and especially of the government, generic medicines. There are a lot of spurious drugs in the market now. So in the absence of proper testing labs, I am afraid that these generic medicines may not serve the purpose to alleviate the sufferings of our people. Also in the very same page, I must laud the Chief Minister for bringing out a new item for measuring happiness. If I'm not mistaken, the most happy country now is Finland. Maybe we can check the parameters which they also use, how to measure happiness. But while discussing happiness, I am afraid, even though we don't have the parameters now, if people say that we are from a state that is number one in corruption in the country, I doubt whether our happiness will really go up or it will go down. While stressing about the value of happiness, I'm sure if the happiness indicators of our people can be improved, we will have less numbers of I love yous. In fact, a few days back, brother of I love you is also involved in another crime. So we have to really strive forward to bring happiness to our people. In the budget speech itself, it is written, the ultimate goal of all government interventions is well-being and happiness of the citizens. We cannot avoid these allegations that have been made, sir. And when I say this, I also know that the government does not have to reply to every Tom, Dick, and Harry when they make allegations. But the allegations that we received recently, it is made not by Tom, nor Dick, nor Harry. It is made by a very, very important person in our country. So can we just ignore it? And that allegation is made not in a tea shop or in any corner somewhere. It is made in a big election rally where thousands of people are present, and where they say that Meghalaya is the most corrupt in the country. So this really affects our image. We have to discuss this because it has come from the people who has given many famous one-liners for the country. Na khaunga, na khane dunga. So imagine the image of our children who studies outside the state. Imagine the plight of our people from Meghalaya who works outside the state. When they meet their friends will say, you are chore number one in the country. Your state is chore number one. How will we feel? These allegations directly affects the image of our state. In Khasi language, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, we say Kta Mat Yong. Kta Mat Yong to the state, Kta Mat Yong to the Judge Benril. Maybe if I'm allowed to say in Garo, it will be Jatangna Ong Siana Aro Rasong Siani Onga. It has affect our image. Our children cannot show their face. And this also happens to be alleged to a state that is called a Christian state. And I am very sorry to say, these allegations are not unfounded. Where is the Sobhagya scheme report, where it is alleged that about 149 crores have been misappropriated? Where is the smart meter scam? These are all backgrounds where these VIPs make the allegations about Meghalaya being number one in the country in corruption. 1 lakh bags of rice were detected. It is not one truck, it is not 1,000. 1 lakh bags of PDS rice were detected in Boko in Assam. This cannot be just a simple mistake. I must say, one of the major achievements of the MDA-1 government is, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, Meghalaya is inhabited by 3 major tribes, the Khasi, Garos, and the Jaintias. But a new tribe has been allowed to prosper. And because of this new tribe, the police force, the men in uniform in our state now, they have lost face in front of the High Court of Meghalaya. The Honorable High Court, in the rulings which they have given, available in public domain, openly they have said, we have lost trust on the Meghalaya police. And the High Court has demanded that CISF will be brought into the state to check the activities of this new tribe. What is the name of the new tribe of Meghalaya? It is the high-level tribe. I would like to request the government of the day, bring back the image of our people. Bring back the image of our people in uniforms. Bring back the pride that we say our state is a Christian state. Bring back that we respect the 8th commandment out of the 10th. This is my submission, sir. Thank you.
On the roster system of the Meghalaya Reservation Policy, Nongkrem legislator Ardent M Basaiawmoit questioned the government on fixing the reservation policy at 40% for the Khasis and Jaintias, 40% for the Garos and 20% for others, which he feels has been done thoughtlessly and hurriedly. He therefore opined that the present leadership from both the communities should sit and discuss together in order to come up with a better policy to disallow either vested interests or political activists to vitiate the matter further.
Will you move a no confidence motion against this government or not? So I would like to bring to the notice of the House that as the party belonging to the opposition, the day we see that the government decides to hold a session in 7 days only, we feel that that itself speaks volume of the fact that this government is not at all serious and sincere to face the problem of the people, and in fact wants to run away from the responsibility. So which is why we start doubting the government from that very day itself. We may not move a no confidence motion against this government, but as members belonging to the side, we don't have a confidence at all. So we have been restrained as members to raise many issues due to time constraint. So, sir, As mentioned by the most senior member of this August House, that the way in which the business was conducted and the decision taken by the Speaker to not extend the time has really hurt the sentiment of the members belonging to this side, sir. So in fact, we've got a lot of issues. We want to talk about the reservation policy. We want to talk about the killing of late Chesterfield. Thank you, who was the former General Secretary of the HNLC. And there's a lot of issues that we want to raise. And I'm happy that after we tried and we failed to raise the issue of roster system in the House, that it has stirred up the discussion in the state. And I have seen the observation of one of the leader of one leading political party in the state, which try to discourage us, as it will amount to our opposition to the decision of the Honorable Judiciary. So I would like to express in a very categorical term that when we decide to raise or to speak on the issue of roster system, we don't have any intention or ill feeling against any particular community. And I would like also to express very clearly that we are not against the roster system. We are not against the roster system. However, we want that the government should put on hold the implementation of roster system pending the review of the reservation policy. We have the problem with the reservation policy, not with the roster system. So, sir, which is why we feel that this is the right platform for us to raise this issue. We know that as responsible leader, we are dealing with a very sensitive issue, highly sensitive issue, I may say. So therefore, we understand that we have to be, very careful, and we have to deal with this issue with an utmost care. Even the words that we choose would be very, very important for us to understand, because we don't want to hurt the sentiment of any particular community. There may be a wrong impression about us as being haters and too conservative in our minds. And the people may misunderstood or misconceive about me personally, especially after the language issue, sir. But the fact of the matter is that we are not. Maybe I have a look that misrepresents my hearts and minds. And sometimes I used to think about taking off my face and replace with a gentler look. But I'm reminded by an old saying which is very popular, that it is not right to judge the book by its cover. So, without an iota of doubt, I can say that the decision of our leaders to fix the reservation policy, 40 for the Khasis, 40 for Garos, and 20 for others, were done thoughtlessly and hurriedly. The rush on the part of the Khasi leaders to agree on this arrangement perhaps was due to the fear that their dream of a statehood may not be materialized. Or maybe they have overlooked the difference in the size of the population. And if you look at the reservation policy, sir, you will find that there are almost 8 to 10 times that this policy have been changed through office memorandums. And there is also no provision for the reservation of PWDs, whom we would prefer to call DAP or differently abled person. So which is wiser? I feel that it is an urgent need to put on hold the implementation of roster system retrospectively and let the government come out first with a better policy, because as I've said, we don't want to discriminate anyone. And if we go by this policy, we find that changes have been brought also to allow people from outside the state to avail this benefit, sir. So, sir, I feel that if all leaders in the past from both the community can come together for the formation of the state, why can't the present leadership from both the communities sit together and discuss and come up with a better policy so that we will not allow the vested interests, political activists to vitiate the atmosphere further.